Ebera under a leaking zinc roof in a dim shack. He scribbles in an old notebook as two small siblings huddle nearby on a worn mat. Rainwater drips from holes in the roof, creating puddles on the dirt floor. Natural light seeps in from a cracked window. Mood is somber but focused, with dramatic shadows and a sense of hope amidst hardship. High contrast, natural light, hyper-detailed. Ebera softly reciting poetry by candlelight to his two younger siblings. The siblings listen intently despite their empty stomachs. The room is small and humble, with rusted pots and torn curtains. A sense of sacred stillness fills the air. The candle casts long, dancing shadows on the walls. High contrast lighting with emotional intensity, hyper-realistic. A crumpled poetry contest flyer flaps against a puddle at a muddy fish market in a Nigerian village. Ebera spots it, his eyes wide with curiosity and hope. Background includes market stalls, baskets of fish, barefoot vendors. He is holding the wet flyer like it's a treasure. High contrast, natural light glinting off the puddle, cinematic quality. Under a tall, leafy mango tree near crumbling classroom ruins, Miss Euphwoma, a teacher, listens as Ebera read poetry. The teacher looks moved, her eyes shimmering. Ebera clutches his handwritten poem. Scattered leaves, chalkboard remnants, and distant children playing add life to the scene. Natural backlight filters through the leaves, rich in color and emotion. A dusty village square filled with villagers cheering as Ebera holds a phone in disbelief, tears in his eyes. His siblings cling to him joyfully. The scene is raw, filled with human connection and surprise. Red earth, makeshift huts, and palm trees frame the scene. Emotional and deeply touching, sunset light illuminating faces. Inside a cramped bus on a bumpy village road, nervous Ebera sits beside an escort. He wears tight shoes, a slightly oversized shirt. Through the dusty window, oil rigs and mangroves are visible in the distance. He gazes out, a mix of fear and excitement in his eyes. Golden hour lighting, cinematic realism. A spotlight shines on a nervous Ebera standing on a radio station stage. The mic before him glows red. A silent crowd watches. His eyes close as he recites from his heart. Cameras and lights surround him, capturing the raw emotion. High drama, vivid lighting, high contrast. A 17-year-old girl, Zara Okoye, in the crowd, daughter of a wealthy philanthropist, watches as Ebera recite poetry on stage. Her eyes are wide with admiration and emotion. She records the performance on her phone. The auditorium glows with professional lighting, her face lit by both screen light and stage ambience. Cinematic, dramatic realism. A black SUV parked in a dusty village. As Zara Okoye's stylish yet down-to-earth girl steps out, smiling warmly, Ebera, barefoot and shy, stands near the riverside, notebook in hand. They walk beside a mangrove-lined river, talking like old friends. Soft, natural sunlight glows through trees, emotional and vibrant. By an old wooden jetty, children sit in a circle as Zara Okoye and Ebera lead a poetry session. Kids laugh, clap, and write in small notebooks. The river glimmers nearby. Zara is barefoot, sitting among them, smiling. Sunset light bathes the scene. Joyful, golden-toned, rich and vivid. The Ebera now teaches a group of kids under the mango tree where he once read his first poem. He's animated, pointing at a chalkboard made from scrap wood. Children are engaged, clapping. Zara watches from a distance, proud. Afternoon sunlight streams through the tree canopy. Warm, hopeful atmosphere. Inside a Creative Arts Academy classroom, Ebera writes in a new notebook. His uniform is neat, his expression focused. Paintings and poetry quotes line the walls. Nearby, other students from the Oyo region write too. A beam of sunlight cuts across the classroom, illuminating dust and dreams. Artistic and inspiring. Zara, confident and radiant, stands at a podium presenting the Oyo Voices project. Behind her, a banner with poetry and art imagery. Ebera stands beside her as creative director, holding a mic. The room is filled with youth, cameras flashing. Empowering, professional, and youthful energy. Outside a community center, a small crowd protests with placards. The Ebera and Zara stand on a small platform, defiant but composed. Security hovers nearby. They look calm, holding each other's hands. Overcast sky, tension in the air. Realistic and gripping. A global media room with screens showing clips of the Oyo poetry movement. Reporters write furiously, Zara and Ebera's images on screen. Hashtags trend on digital monitors. The scene reflects rising fame and global recognition. Bright, bold, digitally styled realism. A brand new art center built on red soil, children entering with books and paintbrushes. A large mural of poetry lines and Oyo River scenes on the walls. Elders sit watching youth perform. Ebera and his father smile at each other. Celebratory mood. Golden light. Deeply emotional. Zara and Ebera sit on a low bench outside the art center, watching kids play. They are older, Zara 25, Ebera 26. Their bond is evident in a quiet, intimate glance. Lush greenery and painted poetry signs fill the background, peaceful and rich in detail. A large stage with thousands in the crowd. Ebera, now a young man, holds a mic with confidence, reciting his iconic poem, Hunger is a Language. Spotlights bathe him in warmth. The audience is captivated. Zara watches with teary eyes from the front row. Majestic, cinematic, unforgettable. A symbolic wide shot of the Ibadan Oyo, no longer only palm oil fields, but now dotted with art centers and poetry murals. Children write by the riverside. In the center, Ebera and Zara walk hand in hand through the village, people waving. The land breathes with new life, awe-inspiring, golden, powerful.